Boy, oh boy, am I excited to talk about this. What is up, guys? It's me, the ALE double X Prince. And I'm actually gonna set this video as a premiere because it'll get people thinking, should we watch it? Should we not watch it? Because this is not a regular video I do. For those of you who just magically found this video, knows that this is a pro wrestling channel for the most part. And people might say that's a good thing. Some people might say that's a bad thing. It's all up to you, depending on your taste in all of this. I will be reviewing Cobra Kai uh, season 3. If you guys are wondering if I've ever reviewed season 1 and 2, there's actually videos, old videos, of me reviewing these seasons on my channel as we speak. But now I'm gonna be talking season 3. I'm gonna be talking spoilers. You guys had plenty of time to watch it, hopefully. But yeah, this is going to be a full spoiler review of season 3 of Cobra Kai. Now, season 2 ended in a big cliffhanger where we all thought Miguel could have died. He ended up in a coma after being thrown off the second steps at school. There was a big chaos fight at school because Tori got mad at Sam for kissing Miguel. All this teenage drama, but none of this would have happened without Johnny and Daniel. But basically, they banned karate. They got rid of everything. Oddly enough, they explain why most people didn't return. Like, for starters, Stingray didn't return. And if anyone has seen my previous channel, or my season 2 recap, should know that I was never a big fan of Stingray. The guy was just annoying. He's a great actor. I actually seen the guy do other work. He's actually a pretty good actor, and he could be funny when given. He was even on WWE backstage. But the guy is great. I forgot the actor's name, but he's pretty good. It's just I didn't like his character. I thought it was just annoying and just over the top. I didn't like him. Aisha, unfortunately, was one of my favorite characters, and she ended up leaving, but it actually kind of made sense because they basically said that her family moved her out, and she's like no longer coming back. But I could totally see Aisha returning for one episode in season 4 down the road. But I don't know. I rather just be like saying, "Oh shit, will she come back? Won't she come back?" I'm curious, but yeah, it's upsetting that I won't see Aisha anymore because she was honestly one of my favorite characters. Like, she was the only one that was realistic. Like, dude, let's not fight. What the hell? Like, just move on. Like, she's her own person. She was really one of my favorite characters in the series. But yeah, she's not coming back anytime soon. Um, so it really starts off with the search of Robbie. Robbie stole a car from LaRusso Automobile Shop, and now they're trying to track him. They found the tracker, they took it down, and they're Johnny and Daniel are trying to find Robbie, and it ended up leading to like what was popular about this show, and that is the rivalry between Daniel and Johnny, where these two are not cooperating right to find Robbie. So they ended up going their separate ways once again because it was like, how are they just gonna team up immediately? They need to, like, the rivalry just needs to happen. They need a legit uh cap off because the way things ended in season 2 with those two, they still, you could tell they still have beef. So I like that they continued it in here, and I like that the puppet master ended up being Kreese in all of this, who is honestly one of those legit just top guy villains. They do have a story throughout Kreese's life, him in the military, him being bullied. I didn't like the him being bullied part. Um I would have rather seen him be a bully. Um and then there's an even bigger bully that he beats up. But even though he's kind of the good guy now, he's still technically a bully. Like, I didn't like that he followed the same story as Daniel and Johnny, because it's like everybody apparently has that exact same story. The only legit villain that's been a bully all her life was probably Tori, and we'll get to her in a second. Um, but yeah, the whole, and I'll get back to the John Kreese thing because I really just led to a season something that will happen in season 4, which I am definitely excited for. Um, so um, some other things that happened in this episode. Trying to think of what are the most key parts. Oh, I really like Daniel's wife in this show. She honestly is one of the more realistic characters. That's like, dude, let's just like, I'm tired of this bullshit, Cobra Kai and all this and that. Cobra Kai, Miyagi, those stuff. She's like not into it. It's Courtney Henegler. I believe that's how you say her name, but she's basically the one telling like, okay, Chris, you gotta stop, just stop being fucking crazy. Like she even goes to the Cobra Kai um or what's it called, location, and just smacks the shit out of Chris, which leads to a lawsuit, which is just hilarious that he ended up turning the tables on them. Um so there's that. A lot of great stuff in this season, but one of the weaker parts would have to be the kids. I'm sorry. Because honest to God, the kids, the Miyagi Do kids, were kind of lame. Like it made sense that they're training to try to defend themselves, but it got to the point that even they started fights. Like, yes, Hawk was being an asshole, but it's like just drop it. I would rather like wait until they like work their way, but sometimes they just like constantly just attack him and attack him. It's just like it just really felt unrealistic. Like some of the times I'm like, why don't they just call the cops? But then I realized this is the Karate Kid series. Apparently, cops don't exist in this uh, franchise unless you're Robbie. Um, but yeah, throughout the series, it was basically how Hawk is gonna turn into the good guy, which I like. I like that Hawk turned into the good guy, but it's just kind of random because this guy just looks like a villain. Um, and it was actually pretty funny that they brought back the bully from season 1. I forgot the Asian name's kid, but he used to date Sam in the beginning. He used to call Miguel Ria. That was a great story. That he came back, and I think he's stuck permanently to be a bully, which honestly fits his character. Um, but yeah, another plot point with the kids. Sam is constantly getting running away from Tori. She's scared of Tori because she literally almost killed her. And almost and injured her badly, so much that she just gets scared, and then it'll eventually work its way to the top, like of the of Sam, finally going after Torin, finally throwing some punches back at her. Um, and as far as Miguel's storyline goes, he starts with just trying to heal himself. Like at first, he hates Johnny for being the one responsible for his leg breaking, but eventually he'll work it out, and then he's an adult. He works his way. I'm guessing Miguel doesn't know about Johnny and his mom. Yeah, they're dating in this series. I mean, they're kind of worked their way. I like the chemistry of those two. There, honestly, I like it way more than uh, Allie and Johnny. Um, and hell, I even like it more than Allie and Daniel in the movies. This is a more realistic story. Like, yeah, Miguel is a good kid. I like watching over the kid. He's giving me a chance, and you've obviously done the best you can. But it's great that you're trying to do your best. And she's just a very appreciative woman, Carmen. Um, so I like that storyline. What can we talk about next? Well, the most realistic thing to talk about next is probably one of the biggest highlights for me, and that is Daniel going to Okinawa. Yes, he goes to Okinawa. He visits. He so part of the reason why he goes to Okinawa is because he needs to go to Japan to try to work this deal with the car because Daniel LaRusso is the one responsible for that karate thing, and LaRusso Automobiles is like promoting karate, so they're losing a lot of interest, and especially because he himself did karate, he is like a bad influence. So they made a deal with all the Japan cars; they're no longer available to him. So he goes to Japan to try to fix the deal. And the meanwhile, he ends up, excuse me, he ends up going to Okinawa where he'll run into Kumiko, of all people, Kumiko. This woman is fucking beautiful. She is still looking great for her age. Like, this woman is just a real charming person, and her character, I could tell she's like that in real life. Um, like, just her character. So it was just a beautiful story, and she even wanted to come back to Cobra Kai. She was just kind of waiting for the call, like, "Oh, I want to do it, but I want to explore Okinawa. I want to be the one that like shows more about Okinawa to Daniel." And that is brilliant work. That story of her reading the letters, that was a beautiful moment. It even made me cry because Miyagi never got to marry the woman of his dreams, and then it led to Chosen of all people to come back. And I was like, yeah, there's no way Chosen is still gonna be a bad guy. There's no way, and it wouldn't make sense for Chosen to be a bad guy after all these years. He would have been in jail. But after the after the Karate Kid 2 ended with Chosen not being killed, he ended up being a good guy. His uncle gave him a second chance. He redeemed himself, and even Daniel didn't trust Chosen in the beginning, but then he did. He learned to trust him. They even renditioned the moment like Chosen looked like he was about to kill Daniel, and then he does the honk. It was a great callback to the Karate Kid 2. A lot of people hate the Karate Kid 2. It's too goofy to some people. I love it. I think it's out of the sequels, it's probably my favorite. Um, but yeah, nothing tops the original. That one will always be a classic to me. My favorite movie of all time. Of course, I gotta repeat that all the time because it's true. Um, there's one character I'm leaving out, and that is Robbie. Oh my god, did I hate Robbie in this show? Robbie was clearly a villain from the get go. Like, from when he threw Miguel, he's like, "Oh, yeah, you guys care about Miguel so much. No one gives a fuck about me. Fuck you, Dad." And it's just like, oh, I'm tired of hearing this crap. It's like, and then Daniel is doing the right thing, sending him to jail. That way, he'll do less time. He's turning himself in. It makes sense, and Robbie just doesn't want to hear it. Unfortunately, it does make sense that he is constantly getting beat up and Johnny doesn't go visit him. None of these things are going his way. Sam stops writing him, but he's getting his ass kicked. I didn't like the dude that was like beating him up because uh it just seemed like it was just someone to just have a fight with. And then they end up becoming friends kind of like after their fight. He's like, "You didn't say anything. I ain't no snitch." Like, "I ain't no snitch either." I And I thought they were gonna like show them be friends in the next episode, but after that fight, for a good while, Robbie is gone for the entire season. Like, he doesn't even show up in the end until he doesn't even show until the last episode until the end. So it was like, yo, like, but clearly there's gonna be more explored to Robbie in season 4. Probably, I guarantee you that. There's no way Robbie's gonna get this less screen time on this season and then have like even less on season 4. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a lot of focusing on him and probably the story between him and Kreese, because if you guys know, um, freaking what's his name, Robbie joins Cobra Kai, which is also why Hawk leaves Cobra Kai. He ends up joining the team at the end. I'll get to that part later. But yeah, they definitely had more characters to go around, and then they did a lot of cameos like they did in the original one. The original one had all of Johnny's friends, and it was a great tribute to Tommy because he died the following year, and I'm pretty sure they knew he was gone. Um, yeah, like, because the guy who plays Tommy, yeah, he looks sick. So I'm pretty sure there was just a way to call back to him. And I liked the game tribute in the first episode, like at the end, like in the memory of Rob Garrison. I believe that's the actor's name. I forgot who's the pastor again. God damn it, I forget his name all the time. But the guy who plays one of uh one of the original Cobra Kai members, like, who becomes a priest, but he's not a priest. Like, one of the funniest moments was him going, "Forgive me, Lord," and he punches William Zabka's character Johnny. That was an awesome moment. Johnny goes through a whole downfall for the most part of this show until he decides to create his own karate after he helps cure Miguel, which flops the eagle fang or something like that. Also, that when they went to that concert, I forget the guy's name, but the guy who sings "I Want to Rock" that was awesome. Like that's nostalgia for me. Um, so for the most part, the adults had the best parts of this series. Crease. Might as well talk about the finale, but oh, how the hell did I forget this? Allie with an eye returns. Yes, I never bring up Allie, but it was pretty interesting how they brought her back. So Johnny figures out how to use Facebook on his computer after he threw away his phone. Then he realizes like, oh, what's this? And Allie gives him a friend request. He's trying to figure out what to tell her. He has a super long text, and then he's like, oh, I'm doing good. And then on the second to last episode, you have this lady talking about like, oh, we have to go to this party tomorrow. You have any plans today? And then they show Allie with an eye, and then she's like, oh, yeah, I'll just be visiting some old friends. And sure enough, she visits Johnny. They go get food. I did not like that Johnny was this close to cheating on Carmen with Allie, which is like bullshit. I was like, hell no, we're not doing that. But it showed that the friendship's gonna go on. Maybe Allie could return for season 4, maybe for a cameo again. But for the most part, I think they did what they had to with this character. They brought her to finally talk to Johnny and Daniel, talk some senses into these guys, saying like, yo, you guys gotta stop fighting. You guys are so much similar, you guys don't even realize it. Just come on, just stop fighting and just be friends. God damn it. That was an awesome storyline. And even her chemistry with Amanda, who's Daniel's wife, she that was a great chemistry with her. They finally tell you why Daniel and Ali broke up, because um, Ali went to go visit an old friend from college, and they used to have a thing, and then Daniel assumes things, and Miyagi's car broke down. All of this happened in Karate Kid 2. Uh, all of this great stuff, just chemistry with these two guys arguing with each other once again. Um, the final episode is like um the Eagle, Fangs, and Miyagi Do are teaming up to try to work a deal to like try to compete against Cobra Kai and end them for good. But then Cobra Kai interferes. They go to Daniel's house after Kreese realizes that they're gonna form a team. So he sends them to go fight, and they do a big battle at the house, which is a wreck. And then it ends with Johnny going to Cobra Kai, fights Kreese after seeing Robbie. They have a big fight. They finally explain how Kreese, was crazy. Like he had a love interest who unfortunately died. Uh, his the captain, his captain for in the military was a bitch. Then he ends up killing him, which is like, yo, that was pretty dark. Like Kreese killing a sergeant was just fucking crazy. But it made sense in the storyline because, like, yeah, I'm not because the guy was pretty much an asshole, so it made sense for him to go do that. And that ends with a guy saying, like, hey, listen, whatever you got, whatever, whenever you need me, Kreese, I'll be there for you. And then it ends with Kreese making a phone call, like, hey, man, long time, which means Terry Silver, people. Terry Silver will be in season 2, season 4, I should say. And we announced that Daniel and Johnny will team up with their students, and they're gonna form their own double team uh, stable, which those guys will fight Cobra Kai. And for the most part, Cobra Kai lost a lot of guys. They lost Miguel, they lost Hawk, they lost Aisha. They only got Tori and the bully from season 1, the Asian guy, I forget his name, Kyler. Yeah, Kyler, that's his name. like they really don't got anybody. Um, so I'm curious as to and Robbie, of course. How the fuck did I forget Robbie? But really, they only have those three that are legit contenders to fight these guys. So, but for the most part, they got everything. Oh, throughout the season, um, um, Kreese keeps eliminating people and then switching them off. So it was a really weird story. I'm pretty sure by the end of it, they're gonna recruit more people. Um, like I said, I don't see Aisha coming back. If she does come back, I don't see her fighting anymore. I think she's done with that. Um, Mike Barnes, there's rumors that he is coming back. And I've seen him in interviews. He seems like a nice guy, but I'm seeing Mike Barnes. He probably will come back, and maybe he has a son and he'll join Cobra Kai. That would be pretty cool. Or what if he joins the good guys? That is an even crazier story that could happen. Who knows? Um, what's gonna happen in season 4? But I'm very excited. I'm also curious because based on how it is, I think season 4 is the way to go. I think after season 4, you're done. Like the last 3 episodes should just be focused on the tournament. Cause I think they could really do 8 episodes. Um, 8 episodes of just them training and just seeing how they work and just forming more bonds, bringing back Terry Silver, maybe Mike Barnes. I'm trying to think who else could come back. Like, there's not that many people I could think that could legitimately come back from the series. Because I know, well, obviously they're not gonna bring back Miyagi. He died. Rest in peace to the guy. I forgot the guy who trained Chosen. Like, I believe he's dead as well. Chosen's father, the guy who plays him. I can't. Dutch would be awesome, but I think the actor's done. Uh, being an actor, I think he's just done. But maybe Dutch could come back. I actually, if they were gonna bring him back, how cool would it have been to see Robbie and Dutch in jail together? That would have been pretty funny. But that's wishful thinking. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else that could come back other than Barnes, Silver, and yeah. Oh, there's rumors that they're gonna bring back the next Karate Kid, the girl. I forgot her name. She was a big hit when that movie came out, and then they realized that movie fucking sucked. Um, I forgot her name. God damn it. Let me Google it real quick. Next Karate Kid, 94. Goddamn. Hilary Swank. I don't know if she's too busy or who am I kidding? This girl has never made a good movie in her fucking life. I'm sorry. Like that Away movie, maybe Million Dollar Baby was their only good role, but yeah. Who knows if she'll come back? Um, there's rumors that she might. Who knows? Um, but for the most part, I think they're good. Like after season 4 is done, unless someone from Cobra Kai wins, and then they have to do it again. Maybe a season 5, but for the most part, I think they're done after season 4. I think after 4, it should be done. Like whoever wins the tournament, they have a big moment, and then that's the end of karate. That's the finale. Just changing someone's life. Johnny recruiting himself back up. Daniel can finally have a family. Chris is done for good. All of this could culminate in season 4. I don't really see anything in season 5. They could surprise me. Who knows? Because you could tell that the writers love this series. Like they love it more than like Star Wars fans. Like that is how committed these writers are. And I gotta give them props because they just made it better. Like honestly, this show is better than half of the movies, which is not saying much. Um, but yeah, obviously the original will always be the greatest movie of all time for me. But yeah, that'll be it. It was a great series. Great way to like cap off everything that we've learned from Chosen teaching Daniel new techniques and then use them in against Kreese. Um, a couple of cameos came like Johnny's stepfather comes back and all of this stuff was just great work of art. Clearly the guys love writing. A bit silly to say the least, like the whole no calling cops and stuff. Dimitri kind of comes off as a bully now. I forgot to talk about Dimitri. He's one of my least favorite characters personally, but not a bad guy to say the least. I thought this was just the if I were to rank him, season one will always be the best one. This will be in second place, and then two will be last place. But that's not saying much because all three of these seasons are awesome. I recommend you to watch all of it if you haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure you did because I spoiled the fuck out of everything. But yeah, I love it. I love this season. I love where stuff is going. I hope to have season four. How awesome would it be if season four lands on December 31st? By the end of this year, like we started off the year with Cobra Kai and we'll end the year with Cobra Kai. That it was fucking awesome. I would love that. That would be like the first time anybody has ever done that, and I would love for Cobra Kai to be that person to do that, where it'll start off the year and it will end the year, and then we'll have a build up to season four throughout the months, like teasers and trailers and interviews. It's just gonna be epic. Season four is gonna be top notch. I guarantee you that. Season four might probably be my favorite, just the way of how everything was built. And I could even do a whole review as to like who could probably win at the end. Or hell, I'm planning on reviewing all the movies for sure, like before season four happens for sure. Got a lot of non-wrestling videos coming up pretty soon on this channel, as well as some wrestling videos. But this will be um it for today. It's me, the ALE Double X Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and remember, Cobra Kai never dies.